We're Retro Talk Forum.
Come on through. Let's talk kicks. Let's talk 80s and 90s nostalgia, man.
Yeah.
Welcome. 4 weeks in a row.
A month straight.
Hey, this seemed like when we first started this, we were doing it damn near every week, man.
Yeah.
We taking it back to the old school, like some old fools.
Yeah. For real.
Four great guests.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely have
Definitely.
the great guests coming through, man. Appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. If you don't know, it's your favorite retro channel, man. Retro Talk Forum. We creeping up, man. We 12 away from it, man. 12 away from 100. 12 away from 100.
Seems like it's taking forever.
Man, it'll be next year
We're
before
gonna
we
get there.
But yeah, we got a great guest in for y'all tonight, man. So sit back. Hope you got your snacks, got your nice little drink. He's gonna take us down a whirlwind of vintage-ish. But before we get started, man, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Black, aka BAA. I'll pass it over to my buddy right here.
Hop 18. You already know who it is. We're gonna go down to
One Handsome V, DiCarlo.
And you know me, I'm Caddy. And our special
We're gonna
guest,
pass it all the way over there.
Scott.
How's it going? My name is Ryan Scott. Online, I am Scott Renus, and happy to be talking with you guys.
Same here, man. We're gonna dive into your backstory, and he gonna show some pieces, stuff like that. But I want to first start off by, saying R.I.P. to Young Bleed. He just did a versus with No Limit and Cash Money versus a couple of Saturdays ago.
Oh, man.
And his son confirmed that he did pass of brain aneurysm. So we want to send our thoughts and prayers up to the family. And also, me and Scott was talking earlier before we got live, and we was like, I'm sorry, me and Ryan was talking earlier before we went live about just well, I mean, I'm gonna just go off what you said at the beginning, Ryan.
It's gonna be tough.
We was talking about mental health, and we had the conversation with AC last week. For those who don't know, is Aaron Cooper, and I was just saying, like, for me, that was like the highlight of that whole conversation. Is like we didn't expect this man to, come out and be emotional like he was, but I felt like we felt like he felt so comfortable to open up himself to us like that. I mean, that right there, man, that was one of those things I think we all really needed. And I don't know if I do speak for the people in the chat at the time, but maybe the people in the chat needed that too, just to see that we, just because we're on this screen on your YouTube channel, man, we are human beings. We do have emotions. We do have issues in our life. And if all it takes is just for you to go talk to somebody, man, just do that, man. Sometimes listening is the best medicine for us men, man. So big shout outs to Aaron Cooper, man, for really exposing that and just kind of bringing that to light, man. I just kind of wanted to speak on that real quick.
absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to Coop for an amazing live, man. And all our guests, man, that have been coming on. We really appreciate you coming on.
Killing it.
Scott, appreciate you for coming on and sharing your time with us. I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better and just showcasing your collection to us in the audience.
Well, I appreciate it. And like as soon as we all connected in Portland over the summer, and I mean, I instantly caught the vibe with you guys. Like I think a lot of people in that room had that same energy. So I think I reached out to DiCarlo a couple weeks ago. Just to send my support. I like the vibe that you guys have, but also like I just want to connect with you guys because we're very much on the same level of like the era of sneakers that we grew up in, what we enjoy. Not so much that I wear a ton of them now, but just core memories I have as a kid that really kind of shaped who I am today. So yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you guys tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Appreciate
Definitely
it,
appreciate
man.
that, man.
Appreciate you coming up and introducing yourself and us talking at Portland, man. That was just, I can't express that enough. And I know I've said that in the last couple of lives, but it was a great experience, man. And for our first time there and just getting to know people, meeting people,
Mhm.
no egos, everybody just chopping it up, talking. And I meant to say this last week with Coop, man, but that last night where everybody was just downstairs in the lobby of the
In the
hotel,
lobby,
and
yeah.
everybody was just talking and just chopping it up, man. That was probably one of the best nights right there. Just
Yeah, it's almost like the planned stuff was great, but there's something about an organic. Like we all were getting ready to go to bed because we all had to leave the next day. I guess some people were staying, but it's like this is it. And so I went the previous year, and it was the same thing. That last night, like nobody wanted to give the night up because that means it's like a kid, before Christmas or whatever.
Right. Right.
You don't want to go to bed. All those things. So. Who knows what'll happen in the future, and who knows if we'll all be there in the future. But I'm with you, like scripted, just people hanging out, getting to know each other better.
Yeah. No,
It was definitely an amazing time, man. Like the first night was one of those surreal moments. Like, okay, I'm in this room with this many people that I see online, on a daily basis. And to be here, it's like I didn't know which direction to go to first to like introduce myself or just talk or chop it. It was just, okay, just do it and get it over with. And then everything else will kind of like flow from that point on. It's like, look, it's one of those speechless moments because if you're not there, you won't understand what we're talking about. And I think we said this on numerous occasions, like, you don't know how a person feels about a said thing if you're not there in the room with that person at that time. And we can say this till we blue in the face, but if you wasn't in the room with us, and this is like no shots or anything, but it's just hard to explain a feeling that you have if I'm explaining to somebody that hasn't been in that room or wasn't there with us. It's kind of hard to explain the feeling. I'm pretty sure they kind of get it, but it's almost like you have more to say, but you just don't know how to put it in words. The feeling
you can't do it justice. You can't do it justice.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't, man. Like
no. And the other thing that I'll say, and maybe it's fitting that Aaron Cooper is kind of the leader of this thing, because him, as much as anybody, should have a gigantic ego. I mean, the people that he's worked with, the projects that he's done, his resume, but all the egos are left at the door, and it's just, I mean, genuine people coming together, and we don't really know each other that well, but it seems like when we're in the same room, it's like it's handshakes, hugs, asking about families, like it's not sneaker talk the whole time, barely any actually. It's like it's a level deeper than that.
Man, I saw a lot of grins and I saw a lot of teeth that
smiles, a lot of
teeth. Yeah, I saw that the whole time we was out there, man. So that lets you know right there it was a great time to be out there, man.
How did you like it this past year compared to the first year? I mean, the first year you went.
Both equally awesome. It's hard to compare. There were unique things at each that, I'm trying to think of how deep I want to get on it. There was a pretty unique night the first year I went where there was some unboxed. Do you guys? I don't know if you guys know Alex Wang, Retro Kid, but he had basically brought boxes full of dead stock various Nike tennis shoes, Agassi shoes from 80s, 90s. And Tom, the designer of them all, hadn't seen them since like the original drop, and he basically had them unbox all of them.
Wow.
And zero crumbling. They all were in like mint condition. Alex hadn't taken them out of the box in 20 years, so he didn't even know what they were going to look like. So that was a pretty special time to see an old employee who put all these colorways and design together, crack them open for the first time in 30 years or whatever it was, and just catch his reaction. That was pretty special. And admittedly, I'm not the biggest Nike tennis sneaker connoisseur. I don't know the history or anything like that, but what I am into, I can appreciate seeing that. So that was pretty special. But it was the same energy. It was the same energy that you guys saw over those past few days. So whether there was one experience that was there that wasn't there this year, or if there was an experience that was there this year that wasn't there the previous year, the energy was the same. So, I mean, you guys caught it.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And when I saw videos of him opening that box up and seeing all the, I haven't seen the Tech Challenge 2 lows since high school, and that was '89. And when he pulled out that exact same colorway that my best friend at the time had, now it took me back to that time where I'm asking him about his shoes in social studies class, and I got in trouble for talking while the teacher was talking. It took me back to that time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw that shoe, I was like, "Yo, that's what Bryant had, man." Like,
well, that was a special part of it. So kind of like Wilson was just going on about, oh, throw me this shoe. Oh yeah, we actually made this for women's, but the performed better in the men's marketing that we did. So we swapped. That's exactly what Tom was doing when he was pulling out these colorways. Oh, this one is sky blue. We actually modeled this after the, clouds. Like he told the whole story behind everything, and they were colorways I had never seen in my life. But
Absolutely,
a fly on the wall was pretty cool.
now I wish I was there because my favorite shoe is the Air Pressure, and I wish I was there for that sample pair that they had. It was the 2016 pair, but instead of it being that red circle on the side, it was the blue one.
Yeah.
Just if I would have just had that in my hand, he probably wouldn't have got it.
Yeah. So I think the story there was Alex gave Nike his OG pair to kind of model the retro after, and as kind of a thank you to him, I think that's how he got that shoe.
Well, if I ever get a chance to talk to him, I definitely would thank him, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I wish I would have known that, because I actually have 2 dead stock pairs of, what is that shoe? 1989.
Yes, 89.
But they're not on this room in my house. I would have busted them out. Maybe I'll do that later.
nice.
You say you got 2 pair?
Yeah, they're all crumbled and busted up.
Yeah, my pair is too, man. But I still keep it. Well, Scott, Ryan, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get that right. Let's start with how you got into this space. What got you into sneakers, man?
Well, I've kind of always been into sneakers. That's more of a product of having an older brother, and we grew up at a time where, NBA players impacted what you would wear or who was on the cover of Sports Illustrated or things like that. So I had an older brother who, was old enough to want cool Nikes and Bo Jacksons and Air Jordans. And at that time, we basically had, we got 1 pair of shoes a year to start school with. And so our parents would let us pick that out. And I remember the first Jordan I had was the white, red, like the fire red Jordan 5s. I think my brother had the black and silver ones. And then every year after that, I pretty much got 1 pair of Jordans per year. So kind of always liked that space. As I got into high school, and now I'm from Topeka, Kansas, which is like an hour west of Kansas City. My sophomore year of high school, so this would have been like 2000, 2001. I worked at Foot Action at the local mall. So that fueled the fire a little bit, started buying shoes more regularly, had a little bit of a discount. Of course, at that time, Nike Talk comes into the picture, and I get addicted to that. I'm logging in, getting into those conversations. And then there's 2 or 3 things that happened around that time that really kind of catapulted me into just kind of being a fringe. I like it. but it got catapulted to a new level. So the
Mhm.
first was, so remember, this is 2001, 2002, 2003, kind of that era. The internet exists, but it's not the monster that it is today. Like
Right.
today, I can just go on a website and I can order something from like Paris, and it could be on my doorstep in like 2 days.
Mhm.
Back then, that wasn't the case, obviously. And so Nike would have releases, but it was like a US only release, or Japan would have their releases, whatever. The University of Kansas was like KU Jayhawks. They're like 20 minutes away from my house. And I'm working at the store, and these two Japanese foreign exchange students come in from Tokyo. And they're like, hey, they introduce themselves, start talking with them. They're like, they don't want discounts or anything. They're just like, hey, you ever get any Dunks, Air Force Ones, Air Jordans, Retros, just call us. And I literally call them. We didn't have cell phones to text or whatever. I may have had a cell phone, but it didn't text. I think I borrowed my parents around that time. But they would just come in and buy them, ship them back to Japan. And they did that for a while. I ended up becoming pretty close with them. And as a thank you back to me for doing that a couple times, they had asked me, what can we give you as a thank you? And I was like, well, what do you have in Japan that I can't get in the US? And they're like, man, the vintage stuff is super cheap out there and we can't move it. So if you want us to get you a couple pairs of that, they gave me like those Japanese catalogs, the Boon magazines that had all the fantastic pictures and all that stuff. So I was like, man, I don't know if these guys can deliver on this or not. So I told them, I was like, I like the Jordan 12. What did that come out? 96, 97?
Yeah.
So I was like, I like the Jordan 12 and I like the Air Max Up-Tempo 3. And they're like, all right, let us see what we can do. Like 3 days later, I get a huge package at my parents' house. Has 3 pairs, all dead stock of the Jordan 12s, my size, the Up-Tempo 3, my size, dead stock, and a baby size 2C of those same shoes. And so I was like, Jesus, they didn't even like have to try, and they like had them all for me. So that was one thing where I was like, okay, I'm really going to get into the vintage thing because I thought they were so cool. And then the second piece is, and I'll show this here. So again, I'm in high school, young man, and when you're in high school, if you have a couple $100 in your account, you think that you are just
man
rich, yeah. So at the time, Style Shoes had made an announcement that they were going to have the biggest Jordan drop of all time, and they had cleaned out collectors from across the world, and we're going to have like 1985 Jordan 1s. 87 Jordan 2s, original 3s, all this stuff. All the rare retros like the Japanese Jordan 1s, the Olympic 6s. And so I was like, okay, I got to gear up for this. And I'll just show you. I still have them to this day. I remember going to my parents' computer room and printing off all these pages from that drop. Every one that they had. So like, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh,
yeah.
But here's the photos they had. And so they didn't have the prices. And like, I don't know if you can see this, but for like this metallic low Jordan 1, the price on that, $9,000.
Damn.
So it basically crushed me because I couldn't afford anything. But I did make the decision at that time to go, okay, I'm done buying the weekly release. I mean, it wasn't weekly at that time, but it was regular. And so I said, I learned basically what opportunity cost was. I'm going to stop buying the stuff that comes out regularly, and I'm going to stack up my funds and go for the high end stuff. And so I started doing that. That was I'm looking at the page that was printed out. That was February 22nd, 2003 is when I printed that notebook.
wow.
And so I just stopped chasing the retros that were coming out, and really started stacking my original Jordan collection. And it kind of ballooned up since then. I mean, there was a point where I went to college and my parents were saying, hey, we got all these old shoes in the basement. Should we throw them out, donate them? You don't wear them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
You touch my shoes, like.
So I mean that's essentially where the genesis is. And then fast forward many, many decades, I graduate, start working and things like that. At some point I started realizing that I was close to I was like, man, I think I have most of the Jordans from the original set. So I started cataloging it, writing them down, and okay, how many colorways were released in each one. I went back and did the same with the Blazers, the Air Force Ones, Dunks, Vandals, and even signature athletes, Penny Hardaway, Deion Sanders. I was stacking all these from Japan for a long time. And so I started just like checking them off. What all do I need? Here's one more sheet that I'll show you where I'm just printing off like all the colorways and just scratching them off as I got them.
Nice.
Oh, that's crazy. That is so dope.
So that's the Jordan. And then this is kind of a different list for the baby pairs. And so I guess I would say that's kind of my fit into this hobby in 2025 is the folks that I interact with online probably know me as a vintage collector who has gone back to meticulously figure out which colorways were released and have tried to add those to my collection.
Nice. So what was the first pair that you bought yourself? Was that first pair you bought yourself the ones that came from Japan?
That's a great question. It would have had to been when I was working at that store. I'm gonna guess it was probably a pair of Jordan 11 retros.
The 11.
It may have been because I think so that year for high school basketball, my parents bought me the Concords. I think that summer, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the white snakeskin pair came out that summer. And that's about when I started working there. So I would have, it would have been something around there. The 11 lows, the 16s, somewhere in that time period, it would have been something like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
I want to ask you real quick. So when the guys from Japan sent you those shoes, did you ask for the baby shoe or is that they just threw that in there?
No, I didn't ask for it. They knew it would be awesome. And I'll show you guys later. That has actually been a lot of fun. I've tried to go back and also
that's what I was going to say. Was that what started you getting the vintage baby pairs?
So I at first the only ones I got were the ones that I really wanted. So I loved the up tempo. So I got that one. But I really didn't try to buy any after that. It's when I started kind of knocking out these adult size sets where I was like, man, it would be cool to have the baby pair right next to them. And as I've kind of set up some displays and I'll, taken some photographs over time, that has been a lot of fun. Like I really have enjoyed tracking down the baby pairs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Was it harder to track?
Go ahead, Black.
And I was gonna say, was it harder tracking the baby pairs down as opposed to the adult sizes?
So it's a hell of a lot cheaper, that's for sure. But the same thing happens in the baby pairs in the adult. Like the white and blue Jordan 6 from 91, that's like impossible to find in baby size. And I've seen a pair for sale, like it was in Japan, but the dude knows how rare it is, and it was like $8,000 or something like that to sell it. So it's kind of like the adult pairs. It's like, I want a pair of mag, but I'm not throwing down that kind of cash. So
right.
Yeah, I would say it's not as potent. It's almost the same task though, because there's less floating out there, so there's not as big of an inventory. But there's also not as many people looking for them. So if you find them, there's maybe not as many sharks looking for them.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say that. Is it a lot of people after like the baby sizes of certain sneakers? Is it a following for that? But you just answered that question.
Well, and just like anything else, there are people who specialize in that. There is that type of collector that only collects that stuff. And man, I've seen some of their pages, and it's actually incredible.
Yes.
How meticulous, and I mean, it's almost like no corner has been neglected to find some of these things.
Did you let your kids wear the baby shoes?
That's so funny because people ask me that all the time because I'll randomly have my kids like hold a pair of shoes and like my friends will joke like, oh, you're gonna let them wear those, and I'm like, no, that's not for them. They have their own pairs.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, has your kid stuck their foot in the shoes, or you let them wear them?
Yeah, no, they don't. They know the deal.
But that is something that's unique because I saw you with the baby shoes at the gathering.
Crazy.
and Tinker signing them, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? That's you don't see that. You don't see
No,
that.
you don't.
The adult
don't.
shoes with the baby shoes, vintage. Yeah, that's pretty fire, bro. I mean,
And the
Yeah.
unique pairs that they're unique. They're not, the run of the mill, the Jordan 3, the
Mhm.
Air Force One. I saw what was it, Cherrywood 16? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had Wilson sign that one. I'll show all them in a bit because I have them kind of lined up here. So as soon as we start showing off some stuff, I'll be happy to show you all that.
Yeah.
So you had the display on the table for that Wilson presentation. That was your set.
I had a handful of them that were on there. Not all of them, just a fraction. That was a lot of other people that were involved in that too. But yes,
Okay.
I had a sample 16 there. Some baby pairs.
Gotcha. Y'all got anything?
Not at the moment.
I mean, you
Connoisseur.
brought up the baby shoes. That's what I was going to ask him about.
yeah. What did Tinker say when you had him sign the baby shoes?
So it's funny. The previous year I had him sign a Jordan 6, and I asked him if he'd ever signed a baby pair before, and I think he said he had, but it was not too common for somebody to hand him a 1991 Jordan 6 to sign. So he made a little joke about that. But I also got a 4 signed by him that I'm going to send off to Matt because he didn't have anything for him to sign. So that's that pic that I posted. It was the 4, 5, and 6, all signed by Tinker.
Oh, nice.
Really cool together.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think I have them back there
Crazy.
somewhere.
I mean, if you want to reach for them, man, you can.
That's very nice of you, bro, to do that, man. How did it feel the year before when Tinker walked in the room?
That was a surprise. I didn't know it was happening. Like when Coop said, "Oh, we might have a special guest," I had a feeling. I knew what was going on. The previous year was more of a surprise. So
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
That is
Yeah, I got it,
so
bro.
dope.
Okay.
so there's the 4. This is the one I had him sign this year. Great.
Great.
Wow.
You can send them my way. That's my favorite 5. Oh, no.
Oh, that is so dope.
So when
That's
you look
amazing.
when you look for those,
That is
you look for them dead stock. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is as I was collecting. So the Jordan, not just the Jordan ones, Air Force Ones, the Dunks, like any of these shoes that came out in the 80s, obviously tough to find in dead stock condition. I did try to go for that. So I would say, I was able to complete the sets of all the Air Force Ones, all the Dunks, Blazers, Vandals,
wow.
and then Air Jordan 1985 through 1999. I have a handful that are not dead stock of the Jordan 1s. My white cement 3 is not dead stock. My white and black 4s are not dead stock. Everything else is dead stock. Well, let me take that back. My white and blue Air Force 1s are not dead stock, and then everything else is.
So as you collect and stuff like that, that's your preference for it to be dead stock?
That's the preference, but a lot of those, I mean, you have to take whatever you can get. I mean,
Right.
like the metallic purple Jordan 1s, that just doesn't come around that often. So
No.
a pair that's beat to shreds is going to fetch multiple thousands of dollars. So, dead stock is preferred, but I mean, just to be real with you guys, if a lot of these came up for sale right now, dead stock, I couldn't even afford them because the explosion, especially after the pandemic, went up so high that it's crazy.
Dance,
It's crazy.
Last Dance, yeah.
Yep.
That last dance did it.
So you was on the vintage before vintage was in.
I don't know if I was or wasn't, because there was always a pocket of niche people who were into that. I know it's blown up since then, and I think social media may have had something to do with that. But I mean, I originally just started posting this stuff on Instagram because I was probably just engaged at the time. But I was telling my now wife, like I just want a place to catalog all these shoes I picked up, and I didn't know
Right.
if there was an online album place to do that. Instagram was starting to become popular, so I was like, maybe I'll just put them there. And so I started to find other people that were kind of in that lane, but it certainly wasn't. It hadn't exploded like it has today. And I think the pandemic hurt it in what I mean by that is catapulted the prices for a lot of those, because I think at that time a lot of people who were investors of like watches and art and things like that started to get into sneakers. And like you have a dead stock Air Jordan 1 in a rare colorway, like like a low top white and gray. If somebody pays 20 grand for that, like the space that I'm used to is if you have a sneaker and you're a little bit low on money for the month, you have no problem just putting it on eBay and get rid of it. If you have somebody who's paying 20 grand for a sneaker, they're not hurting for cash. So basically once that's out of the marketplace, it's not ever coming back. And so I think a lot of people took a lot of those crazy items off the table, and they paid a ton of money for them. Dude, there was a video that was just posted this week where Vanilla Ice was like, "Oh, I paid 100 grand for a pair."
Yeah, I seen that.
I was just about to say that.
I mean, that's crazy. I don't know if that story is true or not. He could have gotten a dead stock pair for a fraction of that price, but that's the case. Like, if that is a true story, then that's a pair that like it crushes the market, because it's like, okay, now that's what they're worth because somebody paid it. And so, I mean, I remember the first pair I got, like the Chicago's, and I remember paying like $800 or something like that for it. Almost sick to my stomach. I was like, man, I don't barely even have $800. Should I actually do this? And just to see, what it would take to get those now dead stock with box, it's been really, really crazy.
How many people have offered to buy shoes off of you?
Fairly often. I mean, weekly, I get messages. I'm never a big, all at one. That would be my dream. Is that would be a perfect way to sell, because I wouldn't want to break it up, because if I got rid of like one random pair, it would kind of like break up the set, and then what I have wouldn't be as special, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So if somebody came to you for the right price for everything, they're gone?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Here's the deal. You talk about it's the stories that matter. I did the story the way I wanted to do it, and now I don't have anything left to do. The only thing that I would want to complete now is the baby size that goes with each one, and I'm 90% of the way from completing that. So,
you have an end game in sight almost, pretty much. Is that what you're saying?
The end game was the adult pairs. The baby pairs was kind of secondary.
He said we're in the end game.
And I got to be honest with you, it's actually quite nice that I'm not. I mean, I used to go on eBay in Japanese auction sites every day, multiple times a day, doing the same searches over and over. I'm sure that's all automated now with bots and things like that. But I mean, this is back when I was in like my college dorm in like 2004, every single day doing the same thing over and over and over again. So like, it's honestly nice. Now I search eBay like once a month.
Yeah. So you just sitting back chilling, just
like
it's been a ton of fun, man. It's just really been a lot of fun.
That's rare for you to say that, because people like us, we say we're done, but then something else comes out to where we want to get it. You know what I mean? Or it's the hunt. The hunt never stops. But it seemed like the hunt for you, you're done going on safari. You know what I mean? You've got the whatever wildlife, whatever game that you're looking for. It seemed like you've achieved what you're looking for, what you're hunting. Yeah,
that's rare to hear.
Yeah, like when I was close to finishing up the models that I mentioned, Blazer, Air Force One, Dunk, and then Jordan. One of the last Jordans I need was the Jordan 2 Low from 1987, the white and red ones. Damn. By the way, really, really weird. I had been searching for that for 20 years. And when I finally bought a pair, somebody else like that same week was like, hey, I got one for sale too. So I actually bought two like the same week, even though it had evaded me forever. And then the last one was like a white and red Dunk. And I remember getting that one in the mail thinking like, okay, like I've got all the pieces to the puzzle. Now there was a you can oh, okay, actually, DeCarlo, you'll appreciate this. I flirted with this idea, and our friend Brian 23 BC would appreciate
Oh,
this
the
too.
man. Yes.
I have most of the pieces through 23, but I don't know if I want to put in the effort to get all of them because they're all busted down, broken up, falling apart. So it's kind of like I don't know if I want to put the money into that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe as a going away present, that'll be your final send off to get that done, man.
Man, it's a lot of effort. It's a ton of effort, and it kind of sucks when it's probably not worth what people want you to pay for them, but it's like there's not many out there, so they kind of have you gripped. So yeah, that's the struggle.
What shoe was the hardest for you to get?
The hardest, yeah. So there's a couple colorways in each model that are a challenge. The other thing too is basically anything after the Jordan 3, I was looking for dead stock, so that kind of made some things a challenge. Jordan 4. Those were some tough ones to get. There's a couple models on the one side that are just a pain in the rear to get. So a lot of the metallics, the metallic burgundy, metallic orange, metallic silver, those are tough. The white and gray one lows are tough. Those are probably the main ones.
People really understand what he's mentioning, but how
I keep looking at that dunk set in the back.
I'll take the computer over there. Here's something tricky. So you could say that the KOs are part of the original set or not, because some people don't collect those. This is a pair that's been debated on if it actually released or not, or if it was like a overseas release or whatever. But it's the white and red one. This one is very, very tough to find. I only know of a handful that are owned at this point. And I'll tell you another funny story about this. I got this off of the Japanese site Jauce, Jauce.
Mm-hmm.
And the way those work is, on eBay, it's like, okay, here's the auction stops at this time and whoever's the highest gets it. With these, if there's a high bid, it adds 10 minutes to the auction. So I remember, Yeah. So I remember, I think this auction was over, and I went on for like 4 hours back and forth with this other guy, and I'm just like, yeah. And with that website, you actually have to put the money into your account before you can bid. So it's not like, oh, if you win, you have to pay it. It's like, no, to put in a bid, you have to add in another $250, 200. Like, I mean, we were going up. So this one was one of the most stressful auctions that I ever had.
That's nice.
That's crazy.
Somebody mentioned the dunks. I'll kind of go over here.
Do you do any the new releases now? Do you copy the new releases?
I do, but it's very very limited.
Is that the Be True to Your School pack?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
With the babies on top.
Oh my God.
Hey, let me actually open this thing up.
Insanity.
Oh my God.
So maybe that's what I was saying when I said the Blazers, the Air Force Ones, the Dunks. Like, I'm talking the old. I'm not just talking about the colorway or oh, I got it. I got the Jordan 14. I mean, I'm talking about when they
everything.
The original, the originals. They're not retros, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to get the key,
bro.
Fort Knox in that thing.
That is
man.
crazy. He said keep it locked up. I'm not mad at it.
All right, so I don't know if this is going to show well, but okay. So there's some baby pairs up here.
Wow.
Look at that Michigan guy,
this one's cool. Terminator.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I'll show real quick. The old boxes back then matched the color of the shoe. Mm-hmm. So like the Iowa dunk matched that. Same with the baby pairs. Like here's the Kentucky pair.
That's the one I was looking at right there. That blue is beautiful, man. Wow.
Villanova.
Who's that one?
Villanova.
Oh, Villanova. Okay.
Yeah. I see Syracuse.
I see Michigan.
Is
Yeah,
that St.
Michigan,
John's?
Shout out to our boy Mike.
St.
man.
John's, UNLV.
Yeah. Oh,
There's the
Look at
Michigan.
that
That's a
right
good
there.
one.
Oh my
look
God.
at
Oh,
that one.
holy.
That is
Go
amazing.
blue.
And what year is
Go
this?
blue.
I think these are all 1986, 85, 86. I think most of them came out in 86. And then
Yeah,
just
it's
one other
born.
one. I'm going to bring actually a couple of these so you can see them in the light.
Before I was born, man.
So this is this is the Kentucky pair.
Man,
Look at the
Wow.
quality and the
Shape.
shape.
wow.
Yeah.
Look, there's no oxidation on those, right?
No, these have aged just perfectly.
That's what I was. Yeah, beautiful, man.
But so what I'll show you here is, so I basically stick in my lane. I don't do player like PEs or any of that stuff. Every once in a while, I'll stray outside of that. Here's a pair for the Kentucky Wildcats that has their
The
logo on the top.
Wildcat.
Logo.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man,
Yeah.
that's not showing up too well, huh?
Maybe a little lower.
Yeah, go down a little bit lower.
there
There
it
you
Let me
goes.
see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
wow.
back closer now.
Wow.
Try to come
Wow.
closer now.
There you go. Yeah, you had it right there. Yeah,
Hang
Yeah.
on, I'm gonna try something else.
that's it right
Yeah,
there.
right
You stay
right
right
there.
there. Culver. There
Right
you
there.
go. Right
There
there.
you
Right
go.
there.
Wow, man. That's incredible.
That is amazing.
I'll show you some other. We did the dunks. I'll show you. I'll just go around the room here and kind of show you some other things that I have.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Now,
So
compared
go
to the
ahead.
Sliding
Jordan,
around like a primary care physician.
how compared to getting the Jordan ones,
I like it. I
how
dig
hard
it. Man.
was it to get the dunks?
Yo.
The Jordan ones were harder because by the time I had found out which ones I was missing, the price had already kind of skyrocketed. And so some of those were tough. And I say skyrocketed from what I was used to paying. I flat out, I'm not even trying to flex or whatever. I couldn't afford them now. I mean, it's just, I just couldn't afford them.
Yeah, you was ahead of the game.
Yes,
early on.
yeah. And I don't want to act like I did all this stuff when in the 80s and 90s. I didn't, but I didn't do it, recently. So that was helpful.
Yeah, that's why I said you was kind of like ahead of your time, and you was on the vintage really before vintage really blew up, because it's blown up like for real.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I would say the answer to that question, the Jordan ones was tougher, and also there's just more of them. And just because it's an Air Jordan, there's kind of a draw to those that just has a lot of eyeballs on them. Whereas the dunks, it's kind of like I was able to sneak in on a lot of those dunks.
Yeah. So what drove you to complete the whole set, the whole first year vintage set?
Well, I had been stacking them up from all those guys in Japan. And so, I'm piling them up in my parents' basement. And at first it was the 12. So I think I told the guys that I wanted the Jordan 12. They didn't give me all 5 colorways. I think they gave me the white and red, the Obsidians, and the black and red, the Flu Games. I didn't have the, what am I missing? The Taxis or the Playoffs. And so I remember going, okay, like I know he only had 2 other ones. I'll just get those. So that was like the first one I did. But I wore all those. So since then, I've gotten rid of all those. When I redid it all, I started to get dead stock pairs. That was probably the first one. I didn't actually start writing this down and printing the list until probably 2018 or something like that, where I started writing them down. It's like, oh, I'm actually only missing 2 Jordan 4s and 1 pair of Jordan 14s and things like that. So once I got the list and started checking them off, I mentioned earlier how I understood opportunity cost and didn't want to. So I was like, okay, I am not going to buy any other pair of shoes until I buy the last pair of Air Jordan 13s. And there's a pair on eBay right now for like, I don't know, $300. So I can knock that out pretty quick. Well, that's different than, hey, I need a metallic orange 1 and only one person has it and they want 25 grand for it. Like that's not a game I can keep up with.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I did get into a lot of it where, it was, Air Force One or a Dunk or a Blazer where the person wanted like, hey, I need $2,000, and it's like, okay, well, let's negotiate or whatever. Which it's like I'm not acting like a $2,000 shoe is cheap or the most expensive thing ever. It's not. But from where I was, I mean, I've got a family or whatever. I couldn't just start clipping off 2,000 pairs of shoes.
Yeah,
all
2,000
the time.
grand. I mean, $2,000. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll show you this. So this is 82 Air Force One.
Oh my
Girl.
goodness. That's with the
My-
mesh panels.
My brother had those when I was a toddler. Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
The reason I show this pair is because I did go to the gathering last year, but right after COVID, Tom from InStyle Shoes and a couple other folks were doing a project with Bruce Kilgore, who was the designer of the Air Force One, and they wanted a couple of my shoes to show in this thing that they were filming. And so I went out there with them. I got to meet. It was a very similar experience, more abbreviated. It was just like one day hanging out with them, but hung out with a lot of the sales guys from back then, as well as Bruce. So he used that shoe in that, and then I got him to give me a signature on the box there.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Insane.
Hold on, I got you. I got you.
So what's crazy is I don't have a lot of athlete signatures, but I have a lot of like designers signing their own shoes, but not like the signature athletes. But just so we can kind of knock it all off, I'll show you the other Air Force Ones. So I think these are all 80. This is 83. This is 83.
Golly.
Wow.
That is insanity, man.
Now, so we got a question in the chat. Do you collect any size, or are all those your size?
I try to get my size. You guys met me. I'm a small guy, and honestly, it's cheaper to get the small ones. But it's just like I was mentioning with those Jordan 1s. Some of those, they're so rare, you just have to get whatever you can find.
Yeah, that metallic
Now,
silver looks nice.
now, some people are purists. Like Seth, he won't get anything that's not his size.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Shout out to Soul and the
Oh,
Little Toss Cat.
Yeah, that white and red pair. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Look at that swoosh.
The shoe as a whole.
Oh my goodness.
I like the aging on that one.
Yeah, that one's used.
The swoosh is beautiful.
Yeah.
So that is the set that I have of the Air Force Ones. That is, from what I understand, the commercially released pairs. I know that they did a whole bunch of, like, you can find white and green pairs, white and black high tops. I think the most of them that you see in those sizes are like size 16, 17, 18. Those were like NBA PEs.
Yeah.
Which is not what I collect. I'll go down to the Blazer because this was really a fun silhouette to track down. So the first one I'll show you, this is the oldest one in my collection. This is a 1974 Blazer.
Yo.
You got me by damn near 10 years.
Can you repeat that one more time?
So I think this pair is from 1974. There's no dating.
Jeez.
There's no date stamps on the inside. So that's my best guess based on the catalogs and things that I have. The 1972 Blazer, this is kind of a cool piece of trivia.
You see the font
But
on that?
do you see how there's that registered trademark right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
From what I understand, when the first one came out in 72, maybe Nike didn't have their registered trademark at that time. So those Blazers don't have that little R with the circle around it. And I think that's the only way you can tell if it's a 1972 pair.
Wow.
One other cool thing I'll show you about this pair. Here's the mate to it. But so I have the full insides of the shoe. They had these little cardboard inserts. This is a note from the store owner for this pair, where he's basically it's a note to his employees to mark the price down on it.
Wow.
That's insane.
Nice.
And then the last cool thing on this is the original sales receipt, which most of it's faded. Like there's not even anything to read here, but
Right.
it did sell for $30.23.
Oh my God.
Dang.
And then one last thing I'll highlight is on the box at this time.
Oh, I like
So-
that. I like that.
So up here on the this row, it shows the sports. So it's distance running, road running, cross country, indoor track, track training, shot put, blah, 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 leisure wear, volleyball, wrestling. And then on this column, it has all the different shoes that Nike had. So Blazer High, Bruin, Cortez, and then there's just a dot on if you can use that shoe for that sport.
That is crazy, man.
Wow.
That is crazy. And you know, they should do that this day and age now. I know they probably won't never go back to that, but I think they should do that, man. They should
You won't
bring
even be
something
able to
like
read
that
the print if they was to do that. All the shoes they
back. Man, I know,
I
right?
appreciate that though. All the boxing
Hell
accessories.
yeah.
that you can-
Yeah.
We'll keep rolling through the Blazers. So this is the one that I have probably the most pairs of. This white and black pair. This is from I think 77. So the Blazers they made from like 72 through like 80, I don't know, into the 80s. I think this is the best version of it. They made them in Japan at this time. The leather is amazing. The recent wave of Blazers that have come out, I believe Nike modeled that after this particular iteration.
Mhm.
It has that
That little
gray
suede panel right there.
piece of
Yes.
suede fabric right there,
Mhm.
the suede toe cap.
Okay.
So I think this is the best looking version of that shoe. And I have probably 6 or 7 pairs of this white and black one dead stock in my size. White and red.
Is that leather on the swoosh?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the new ones had like a suede or like a faux suede, right?
Mhm.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, dude, it's leather.
wasn't
and
that.
I
Yeah,
hope
it
you
definitely
can see the
wasn't
detail in it. It is.
It just looks good. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
if it was like somebody asked in the chat also, but like it almost looks like satinish.
It's real leather and it's
This is
beautiful.
premium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's trench coat leather right there. Those look so good.
Hmm.
And that blue, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that blue
man.
pops.
And then this pair,
Oh,
I'm
look
pretty
at
sure
that.
is used. So this is
Look
one of
at
the
this.
used pairs that I have.
The swoosh looks huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Wow.
I'll keep going down because there's just so many cool Blazers.
Hey man, do your thing, man.
Keep it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So you get into the canvas.
Wow.
Nice.
Same colorways as the leather
Same
ones.
colorway,
It's
just different. Yeah, I was gonna say different material, same colorways, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
And most of these, I don't think I have any on these particular pairs, but a lot of these I got in bulk. I actually found a guy who stumbled across a storage unit and he basically asked me to buy all of them. So I did. A lot of them had sale tags on them. Like here's one. Okay, I'll show you when I pull these up. So like this one right here, a lot of them had these, and it's the same way with my Nike Vandals, have these sale receipts. $9.88 at I don't know what store this was, but I mean, it's basically these all ended up at their version of like the TJ Maxx.
Mm.
And then this is a sample pair. This never came out.
Wow.
How old is
Those
that?
Oh,
Fire.
my
That is nice right there.
This is 1981.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That camo looks crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
duck camo. And so I know it was overwhelming, so you may have missed it at the gathering, but me and another guy there, he had another pair, and I think his were worn, but we had ours next to each other at the event.
Is this the one that had all the player exclusive Blazers on that front table?
Ours were back there, but yeah, ours were back there. It was John Migdal, if you remember John.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now you get into the suede, and it's probably
look
tough
at
to
this
see on camera, but
red
this stuff is insanely good material.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
We could definitely see it.
Yeah.
Don't make it like that no more, man. Look at that blue one.
That blue.
Blood and crippin' around here, man.
Wow.
Is that a Carolina blue or?
It's kind of
More like
like
a
a
royal
teal
blue.
blue.
Teal. yeah.
Okay.
That's that Tiffany. That Tiffany blue. Ooh, Celtics.
Wow.
Wow. The suede on those. Wow. Especially that red.
Mm-hmm.
That red is
The suede really pops on these pairs.
wow.
Oh my goodness, man.
That is so good.
I thought there was a Bruin at first.
And the swooshes look different. If you
Yeah.
look at it,
Yeah,
you put them
The
They-
swooshes
they
are
were
fatter
more-
on some.
Yep. Yeah, and you can see as the I'll just show you for comparison. So this is that 74 pair that I told you about. You see how fat that swoosh is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 81. Look how streamlined it is.
Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. It definitely looks
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
different. Wow.
Ozempic. Yeah.
Ozempic swooshes is crazy.
So we can look at the dunks now. You saw those. You want me to show each one or no?
However you want to go.
However you want.
We in your world, bro.
We'll just highlight these. So those are the baby pairs that I've had. You can see I'm still missing. What am I missing? The red and gray pair. Who is that? UNLV?
UNLV,
UNLV, yeah.
Michigan, Iowa, St. John, Syracuse, Kentucky. Yeah, just man, if I could just get that one. That's a missing piece. I think I took a lot of these out earlier, so I don't need to waste everybody's time doing that again. Maybe I'll just highlight a few to just show kind of the material. But
Waste our time, Scott. Waste our time, please.
St. John's. Wow.
The
That's
lows.
insane, man.
That is crazy.
so as you kind of move this way, you get into the Jordan line.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm plugging my laptop in.
Oh yeah, charge it up.
You showing all that heat. That's why.
Right, it's burning the screen down.
Turn the damn battery down.
So you going to the ones now?
Yeah, so it just kind of goes in order from here.
Here we go.
So Chicago,
Ooh,
Dead stock too, bro.
with the
black
hang
and
tag.
red.
Tag, man.
That tag.
Damn, look at the shape.
Man, look at the leather.
Black toe. These are
Look
pretty
at
beat
the
up.
leather.
The
I got
Really
the
good.
seller beat me up for this one. He knew it was one of the last ones I wanted, and he showed no mercy.
Uh-oh.
So, do you tell these guys when you're buying these shoes that, you know, like you said, he knew that was the last one? Is that somebody you knew, or just a random seller?
He approached me, so I think he had been following me, and he knew what I was missing.
Gotcha. And the Royals.
Oof.
Reimagine before reimagine.
These are 1985.
Yes.
UNC.
These are
Kentucky,
1985.
Kentucky, bro.
1985.
Come on, Scott.
Storm blue.
No, keep it going, Scott.
40
Keep it
years
going.
ago. 40 years ago.
Come on.
Ooh. Ooh.
Black and white. Oh, the
Man.
Pandas before the Pandas. Okay, is that neutral gray or natural gray?
I think it's natural, right? I have to look at the box.
Because a lot of people always get that colorway misconstrued right there.
You know what? We're gonna solve the riddle.
There we go.
He said,
I like that.
he
I
said
like
we're going
that.
to take care of that right now.
Mhm.
Not right now, but right now. Because even when they brought the 85 highs out in the lows, man, they kept saying neutral or natural. So if you got the box, that'll, like you said, that'll defunk everything.
Yeah, and I like that he's got the boxes for him too.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Man,
Hey,
man,
like
I
they
don't even
saying,
know what I just
like
said.
they say in church, man, take your time.
I don't even know what I
All right.
He said, are you not entertained? Man, listen.
Make it plain.
Hey, man, we just started, Chris. We just started, man. We just started. Well, Ryan just thought.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me.
What's the original box?
Natural. WNNAT.
Wow.
So it's not neutral, it's natural.
Natural.
That's
And
it.
look how small that box is. They just crammed them shoes up in there.
You ain't lying.
Look at this. Look at this Air Force One low box.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They
it's
just-
It's cool, right?
They literally just crammed the shoes in there. Like, here you go.
That's the size of baby shoe boxes now.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty awesome. So yeah, here's the grays.
Oh man.
Shadow.
That shit was crazy.
But all of them are crazy, bro.
all of them crazy.
Every single last one of them is crazy.
When they get to the metallic series, that's the
Here we go. Here you go, Black.
Ooh.
Metallic blue. Metallic red.
they got the hang tags.
Yeah,
though.
hang tags and everything.
Mhm.
My goodness.
Man, that light is just killing them.
Cut it off real quick. See how it looks with it off. Yeah, that's better. That's a little better. Yeah.
Oof. Boy.
All right, this is the one, Scott. This is one we have to talk about. You got to tell us
Yeah.
about the story of the gathering, the first year, man.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well-
You got to tell us about the underhand throw. Shout out to Steve, man. Shout out to Steve.
I mean, so here's the deal. We met that first night, and some guys came back. We were just looking at some shoes. I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I trust these guys. Like I don't. To me, and that shoes, it doesn't have a polyurethane midsole. Like it's not gonna break. And so yeah, Steve came in the room and we were talking about that metallic orange, and I tossed it to him. And his head was blown because he was like, how are you gonna throw a shoe this expensive to me? But like,
Exactly.
I mean, I'm serious about it, but that story is a good story though. I like the story part of it.
When I walked up, it was funny, man. We got to the PDX. We were at the airport, and Tech walked up with Forsey, man. He was like, "Man, have you met Scott?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're in for a treat, man." And you definitely live up to the bill, man. So I appreciate you sharing.
You bet. This is fun. So this is metallic burgundy. So I think this is probably the last one that I got. The Jordan 1. This is the last one I needed. A quick plug for the community. I would have not got this without making friendships. Basically, this wasn't on the market. I knew a guy that had 2 pairs. He knew that I needed them. And I had some stuff that he wanted. And it was like, hey, let's do this off the record. We don't need to put it on eBay or whatever. And it was just
Nice.
good people helping good people. Yeah.
That's
That's
dope.
good, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
dope.
Yeah.
Metallic black,
Wow.
metallic purple. This
So
one's-
wait a minute on
beat
that
up.
black one. Didn't they have a female? Wasn't that a women's shoe that came out recently?
I'm not sure about recent releases with this. I couldn't tell you.
I could have swore I saw that shoe.
If they did, that would be something that I would maybe look at getting. I mean, that's just a clean look right there.
because I remember the gray outsole
Yep.
on that black one.
I think the burgundy was my favorite. It almost looked clay.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
But that one, a lot of people slept on
Ooh.
that. One.
Then he brought this out. Wow.
Yeah.
A good story on this one too. Our friend that joined us in Portland, Ace, we had been following each other for a long time. He actually sold this pair back when I needed to pick them up. So again, that was just a friend reaching out to a friend and making it happen.
That's what it's about, man.
That
know,
is
right?
what it's about. With the tags is just so impressive, man.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
insane.
That's
like
And
Nice.
then, yeah, something cool about that too. The low tops, they actually have a tag specific to the low tops. Like it's not just one tag
yeah.
that goes.
Just
Yeah.
for the
So-
highs, yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I bought these, they had tags already on them, but people will overpay for that low top tag because they're tougher to find.
Yeah.
So the rest, or a lot of them anyways, have midsoles that are very fragile. So I'm just going to bring the computer over here.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, that's good, man.
I appreciate it, man.
So we're done with the ones. We have, where are we at?
Ooh, twos.
There we go. So you can see the twos right here, the lows, and then the mids are right here.
Those are probably, to me, some of the hardest Jordans to find is the twos.
Wow.
You have both lows? Yep.
That was for me too, Black. So this one right here was, I think, maybe the last one I needed to complete the whole collection.
Man. Because I like how it differentiates from the retros, because it has on the back of the tab made in Italy instead of Jordan or the 23 tab on the back of the tab too.
Yeah, like it does. I may have one that I can show on that. That's going to be tough to see, but it's that little white strip on that tongue.
Yeah, the white strip on the back, yeah.
Then we got threes.
Black cements, yeah.
Hey, we're on the same page, bro.
Bro,
oh my
the minute
God.
I saw, ooh,
bro.
And now, admittedly, I had the sole replaced on this one.
Okay,
so that one.
Okay, I was about to say.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I wouldn't be touching them if.
Perfect. But the upper still looks incredible.
Have you worn them since you had the sole replaced, or you didn't wear them? You just got
no. I think that pair's dead stock. I just got them replaced for cosmetic purposes, just so they would look. Yeah.
They look
so
amazing.
here's kind of where the baby ones start. So there were 4 colors released in 85 of the Air Jordan 1. So you have Chicago, you have the Royals, you have the UNC, and then I have to think that this was the inspiration for the Travis Scott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fragment.
Yeah, the frags. Yeah.
The frags. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Three. I'm sorry. Twos. This is kind of a cool one.
Man, hold
Threes,
on.
4s, 5s.
Show that again.
Bring that back again. Run
Show
that
that
back
again,
please.
Scott. That is dope, bro.
That too looks so
Sick.
fire.
Yeah, it does.
Look at the leather on it.
Look at the shape.
Just the shape. Yeah, everything, man.
That is yo.
Come on, man.
Wow.
The elephant print.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
That is insane.
Look at the little carmines.
Bro.
Bordeaux's at the bottom.
Yeah.
The little carmines, bro.
Those. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then, so on the tops of all my cases, I'm got to see what you can actually see here. So then I just pick it up with the 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s.
Yo, the 11s.
12s, 13s. I'm sorry, 13s
Team
here.
Jumpman's?
Yeah, I seen that. You saw that, kid? Team Jump.
And then I got like 14s, 15s, 16s, 17s, 18 and a half, and then 19. That's all I could fit here. But like
hold on. Can I just see the 18 and a half for a second?
Bro, my son had those 18 and a half.
Here, I'm gonna get back here.
Oh,
but he had
my
the black yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
You guys remember the 18 and a half?
Yeah,
I have a pair somewhere in a bag here.
The Mellow pairs, man. That was Mellow wore.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my goodness. That is nuts.
I'm dragging this out, so I'm gonna do these last couple quickly. You know what? I wanted you guys to have
take your time, bro. Take your time, Scott. Take
so
your time, bro.
white and black is back there. Black and red is in the back. Dead stock white and blue.
Military,
dead stock
man.
fire red.
Oh,
Military. Look at them grapes.
Yeah, great.
The best 5. That's the best 5, bro.
You can forget it.
I don't care what people say. No shade, black.
No, hey man, that's your preference, man. You know,
Oh, those are so. Oh my goodness.
the sport blues back there,
You see those
or the
you
September
see
blues.
those
I'm sorry.
maroons in the back?
They are, but those are like totally disintegrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are rare, man. Those are super rare to find.
So you was getting all these from the foreign exchange students. They was helping you out with all these.
A lot of them, yeah. A lot of them, admittedly, I got, after I started working and, had more money. With those foreign exchange students, it was few and far between. It was, maybe one a month or one a paycheck or something like that. But yeah, for somebody who was still in high school, I stacked up a pretty good amount.
Yeah. So you was buying all these, the vintage pairs, and still in high school.
Yes, this was probably 2001 to 2003.
Gotcha.
Man, you was doing it way before people started doing it,
Bruh. That's what I'm telling you.
And then 10s,
I started
11s,
this shit.
12s, 13s, and then 14s.
Jesus Christ. 14 lows too?
Yep, Lowe's and the
Yeah.
UNC PE. Yeah, I mean, you could debate if that's should count or not because it's got a PE code on it. So if somebody had the 1 through 14 and didn't have that pair, I would say they have them all. That's like, nerds debate about stuff like that, right? Like, well, it was on eSpace, so technically it was released, but that makes it all fun. It's like that white and red KO. It's like, well, if you don't have that, do you really have the whole set? It's like, I don't know. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Amazing, bro.
So that's kind of the base of it all. That is kind of what probably a lot of people in the vintage community think of when they think about my stuff. But that's just kind of what I have out here because I know that's kind of like the Mount Rushmore of Nike basketball. But like I'm just as much into cross trainers and Nike runners and things like that. Like I have similar collections for Air Max and Deion Sanders and Penny, all that type of stuff, man. It's just anything vintage I'm into.
Gotcha. I did want to ask you on the baby shoes. I saw a lot of them were size 2s. Is that mainly the size that you was getting was just 2s, or just whatever you get?
So here it's like this. In a baby shoe, they will have 2 different versions. They'll have what they call a crib shoe, which is like it's soft sole. It looks like a booty. Size 2 is when they first started making the hard sole, like the rubber sole. So that's the most desirable for collectors is to get a size 2C.
Gotcha.
And you know what? I'll show you the exact difference. I'll show you the same shoe in both.
Oh yeah, I work in Foot Locker, man. I understand what you're saying with the crib shoes and the hard bottoms. You know what I mean?
So for those that don't know, these are both size 2C, but this is the baby like booty soft sole.
See, that's the one I meant. That's the one I was talking about. The booties that I was like, did you let your kids wear them when they was like before they started walking? That's what I meant. Like,
even for photographs, I haven't.
He said, hell no.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No,
well, so like
they gotta get their own.
But I'll show you why. Like, so like something like this. This is the Villanova Dunk. Do you see how this paint's chipping right here?
Yeah.
That would all flake off when you put it. Even if a kid's just sleeping, like just slipping that on a foot, that paint will all chip away.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's about the preservation of it, man.
Yeah. So sorry, kids.
How long did you work for Foot Action?
Not happening.
The one at my mall closed, I think, probably 2003 or 2004. I had worked there since my sophomore year, and then I went off to college at KU. And I remember I worked a couple shifts like over Christmas break when I went home that first year. But I think the store closed pretty quick after that. But I mean, I had a blast there. Where'd you say you worked? Foot Locker?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, did they close before Foot Locker bought out Foot Action? Because I know right before Foot Locker bought Foot Action, they closed a lot of stores.
the one that I worked at, we were never owned by Foot Locker. I think it was just time for it to close. But I will say, maybe you had the same experience. That mall community of the different stores interacting with each other was great. Because like I remember at the time, Foot Locker had all the best. Foot Locker had a ton of them, and so did Finish Line, a bunch of Presto exclusives. And like we would trade each other up. Like I had friends at Foot Locker and Finish Line, so it's like, hey, I need that employee discount. We would help each other out.
So around that time, I think one of the reasons why Foot Locker bought Foot Action was, so I don't know if you remember, there was a time when Nike and Foot Locker had kind of clashed, and Nike had took all the retros and Air Force Ones and stuff like that away from Foot Locker. This was around the time Iverson had his own line. You remember the Iverson Pressure? They had made that. No, they had kind of like gave Iverson his own line. He had the Pressure to look like the Air Force Ones and stuff like that. So I remember us going through that stage where they had took a lot of the Nike product, the high-end Nike product, and that's when Foot Action, I think, had went up for sale. So when Foot Locker bought Foot Action, it's like, okay, now you got the balls in our court. Now you have to start giving us that stuff back again. But right before that, because when the Foot Action in my mall had closed up before we bought them too. So I think they was closing stores before that transaction happened.
Probably so. So it was my freshman year, so it would have been, I believe, December 2003. And that kind of sucked because, not that I made a lot of money off of them, but I liked going back to the store. But I mean, admittedly, like I had moved away to college, and I went to the University of Kansas, which was like 20 minutes up the road. So I guess I could have went back and worked, but I mean, I had started a whole new life by then, leaving my parents' house and doing all that stuff. I will say that's maybe a good transition into a couple more pieces that I want to show you guys. But so at the time that right before I got there, Roy Williams was the coach, and he left KU to go coach North Carolina. And as a lot of people know, he was an assistant coach for Dean Smith at Carolina when Michael Jordan played. Like when Jordan won that title, Roy Williams was on that staff. And so KU was historically a Nike school, but for some random reason in like the 2004-2005 season, they randomly got like Air Jordans KU. And the rumor was it was because Roy Williams was friends with Michael Jordan, and that was kind of like a hookup to him, like, hey, we'll give KU 1 year of Jordan team shoes because, he was boys with Roy Williams. A lot of people don't even know they existed, but they had some bangers, and through the years and just making contacts and things like that, I've been able to snag a couple pairs. But these are the Jordan exclusive KU shoes that they had.
Ooh.
So some of these are going to look familiar.
Wow.
That's
What's the name of that one?
I think it's called the Trunner Smash, or that might be this one. I've got the boxes over here. I can go look in here in just a minute, but I want to point out the tongue there.
That's awesome.
That shoe looks huge.
J Madness. This one's cool because it says Jayhawks on the side there.
Holy moly, man.
That's the one Wilson designed, right? Ain't that the one Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one too, I
had that one. Yeah.
Shogun? Or is it the FBI?
This is called
That's
Team
FBI.
FBI.
Yeah.
FBI.
Yeah, you
That
take that
one's
rubber
cool.
band off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can. That shoe's from. I mean, it's 20 years old now, so I probably.
No. I wouldn't expect you to take it out. That
Yeah.
That rubber band be
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
pew!
that thing will
Yeah.
snap as soon as you
You
touch it.
And then
go be in your DMs like, hey man, you owe me.
this one didn't. This didn't release, but I had this custom made. So I had the
Okay.
tongue embroidered
Oh wow.
Oh,
with the
that's
back
dope.
tab.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And then, so this is cool. A lot of people don't remember this shoe, but they did get a 13. But the one time the whole team wore them, and they basically got their asses kicked by Villanova. It's like the worst at the time, the worst loss of Bill Self's career. So they never wore them again. You can find some games where a couple players randomly wore them, but basically that was their coming out game, and then they never came back. But this is the Jordan 13 from that game.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Dang.
So this is okay, this is cool. This is 25. So this was Mike Lee. This one is Darnell Jackson, number 32.
That's crazy.
And then I was somehow lucky enough to snag some dead stock ones as well.
Yo.
Yeah,
That
blue.
blue.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Man, you put my little pee to shame.
Bruh.
Nice.
That crazy. That is crazy, man.
That's when
That
Wayne
is.
Simeon was playing for Kansas.
Yes,
That is
actually, one
crazy.
of these. I'm glad you mentioned that. So this one right here, on the bottom of this, I don't know if you can read it, but this is his like orthotic insert, but it says Wayne Simeon, KU Athletics.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You talked him up, Caddy.
Hey, he probably looking for that now.
All right. I know I left my orthotics in one of them shoes.
Oh, my shit.
Oh man.
Damn, he killing me.
And then just in true fashion, this is just a random eBay find.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Yo. What?
I don't know.
With the Jayhawks eye. Wow.
That's so wild, man.
A baby shoe. I wonder who had a kid playing for them.
Hey,
Damn
maybe
baby
more
on,
than you
damn
think.
baby on the bench.
Right.
I can-
All right. No,
Hell
man,
no.
that is dope, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I showcase that to say that like I do focus on like what I would consider like the Mount Rushmore of Nike basketball, but like when I find something else that I have an eye on, like I'm gonna go pretty hard for it.
You definitely do that, bro.
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
You definitely do that.
Amazing.
Is there
Amazing.
anything
Crazy.
newer that's come out that you have bought recently, or is there something that is coming out that you got your eye on?
Always. I mean, I don't buy as much of the new stuff. But I mean, I like in my phone, I keep like a notepad log of like, okay, I really want to go back and get these because I missed out on them. The shoe that I've worn this year by far the most is the Spiridon, the undefeated one. I think they're called the Phantom pair. They're like black and gray.
Okay.
Okay.
So I bought that when it came out. I'll probably buy another pair because I beat them into the ground. The MoMA Air Max 95, I have those on my list. I want to grab those. The 95 SB, I looked at GOAT the other day in StockX. Those are selling below retail. I mean, after fees and stuff, it'll be more. But yeah, I still go after the new stuff, but just not at the clip that I do with the old stuff.
Which 95 SB are you looking for? Because they just dropped another one.
No, I want the pink ones, the cactus or whatever they're called.
Those are really
Yeah,
nice.
I think
No,
that
those
counts.
blue ones look good too, though.
Yeah, the Eric Costins. Yeah, they look
Yes,
really good.
yeah.
He
I'm
costs
going to throw those on my list. Like the black cement 5s that came out this year with like the white borders and the reflective Nike Air on the back. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind going back and get those. The IA 17 lows that came out that our boy Brian was part of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Infinite Archives. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get those, but I mean,
I'm still looking.
those are on
yes.
like I'm going to buy those. At
You
some
and I
point.
both.
Yes, yes.
Those look good, man.
They were
Mhm.
excellent.
I
So yeah,
heard
I appreciate a lot of the new drops. I don't the run of the mill retro that drops every week. I'm not as much into, but yeah, I'll probably snag over the course of the year maybe 10 pairs that I'll wear. When the classics come out, I'll go heavy on those. So like when the Air Max 1 Obsidian comes out or white and red, I'll probably buy like 3 pairs and then I'll wear those weekly for for the next couple years. Air Max 97s. Air Max 90, things like that. I'll wear those all the time.
Gotcha.
So
One of my favorites in your collection is that the green Vandal that you have, that OG Vandal.
Yeah.
Really nice, man. Really
Did I
nice.
tell you the story on that? I actually have them here. I can show the camera if you want.
Oh, please do. Please show
Okay.
those beauties.
So the Nike Vandal is a shoe that they released in I think the first one probably came out in 1984. A lot of them have 85 stamp on them, but 83, I don't know if there's any that have 83. I think my oldest one is 84. 84, 85, 86. It was a canvas shoe. It was not an athletic shoe, which from what I understand was kind of controversial at the time because all of Nike's shoes were performance based. So if they dropped a basketball shoe, it had to make you perform better on the court. If it was a running shoe, you had to make you run faster, whatever, more comfort, whatever the case may be. The Vandal really didn't check any of those boxes. It was more canvas shoe and it's cool to wear. So I don't think a lot of internal people at Nike loved that release. Well, kind of a cool looking shoe. And then around the pandemic, collaborator Vandal A, if you want to say it like that, they had a collab with Nike where they released like an army green with almost like a
those are the
reddish,
ones,
hue. And it looked great. All the sneaker websites released the information about them. It turns out that it was only a friends and family release, so nobody really got them. I randomly hit up the brand like on Instagram, just like sent a DM. And so I have the full Vandal set from the 1980s. And there's like, I don't know how many colorways there are. There's a lot. There's like 20. And so I took a picture of them all and I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm actually a huge fan of this shoe. I know I don't want to be that guy, but like, can I ask
that
for a
guy.
favor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. He basically said, I'll see what I can do. But there's like 40 pairs or something. So it didn't work out. All good. Browsing eBay like 5 years later, like last year, 4 years later, whatever. And I find a size 15 on eBay, and the seller, it's clear that they're not a sneaker person. They're a person who claims like they get unclaimed mail. Like they get, if a mail truck drops a box off the back and nobody finds it, he collects it because his stuff was just all over the place. So I asked him, I was like, what's up with that shoe? He's like, oh yeah, it was unclaimed mail. Size 15, buy it, get it in the mail. And I hit up Vandal A again. And I'm like, hey, is this real? And he's like, what size is that? And where did you get it? And so I told him, and long story short, he basically said it was a size 15. And he said they made one size 15 and it was for a certain NBA player and they sent it to him and it got lost in the mail.
Wow.
Never got him. And so he's like, what size do you need? I kept one of every size. I'll trade you back if you send those to me. And so and my only stipulation, I said, can you send me my pair first? Cause I want to photograph them together. And he's like, no problem.
Wow.
That sounds like karma to me. They didn't want to give them to them at first.
So dope.
Mm-hmm.
That is so dope. Those are so beautiful, man.
Look at the
Those are
strap.
Those are
Yeah,
so
those are nice. Wow.
Those are super clean.
And Vandal A is the clothing brand, right?
Yeah, they make the
got
OG shirts.
on the tongue.
Yep.
Yep.
I got one of their shirts for the hot levels.
That's just
Look
so
at the little
well
mini swoosh.
And this is also like the manufacturer's pair of what was it? It might have been a Vandal that came out back in the early 2000s where if you start peeling away the material, it's a different color underneath.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What color? What color is underneath?
It's like a white and silver, and I think there's font in it. If you Google it, they have there's pictures on some of the sneaker blogs of it torn away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love that shoe, man.
So he never
Appreciate
said
you,
what
Scott.
NBA player that 15 was going to, did he?
He did. He told me, and I don't know if it's public or whatever, so I'm not going to say it. But he could wear a crown.
Okay.
No said.
Yeah. So I mean, his goal was, hey, I'm gonna try to get these back in his hands. I have no idea if he did it or not, but that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's crazy that eBay seller goes around and picks up unclaimed mail.
Hey, I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know what he may bid on storage units. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to go there because I know Nike's been cracking down on that. So,
I work for the post office. I've never heard of a place that they auction off unclaimed mail.
Yeah, I'm talking out my A. Like, for all as I know, it's a storage unit that was unclaimed. What I do know is what I do know is this guy was not a sneaker seller. His stuff was all over the place.
I mean, it's possible because I mean there is. I just don't know what they do with unclaimed mail. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely possible. You know, like
if a package gets lost in the mail, it doesn't go into thin air. It goes somewhere.
Right.
Somebody's opening it at some point.
Yeah.
Well, and the funny part is on Vandal A's part, I think he had thought for 4 years that his shoes were gone. Somebody wore them or like whatever. Dead
Probably
stock condition.
No,
no, they were mint condition. Nobody ever tried them on, unlaced. Like they were perfect.
Wow.
That's awesome, man. That's a great story.
It is, man. Glad you was able to get the shoe you was looking for too.
Yeah, it was good. And I not only do I like the shoe, like I had a history with Vandal, like that. It was an obscure shoe. Back when I worked at Foot Action in the early 2000s, they randomly brought a couple of those colorways back as a retro. So, I remember getting them back in high school. A lot of people don't know this. Like Doc Brown wore the orange pair of Vandals in Back to the Future when he's wearing his suit and he's going back in time. The orange pair of shoes that he's wearing is the Vandals. So like everybody knows. When people think of sneakers related to Back to the Future, they think of the Bruin because that's what Marty McFly wears, or the Mag because that's what he wears in part 2. Right. Doc Brown had the Nike Vandal, and a funny story about that. So the orange pair that he had, all of the pairs that I have that look like colorways, they're called the colorway of the school. So like that orange pair, the box says like Tennessee Orange. So I'm assuming that was made for like the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't know, man. There's no records of this stuff. This is nerds like me, and we're trying to put all these clues together to figure out what was released, why they called them this, why certain schools got them. Like that's why I love these events in Portland, because the designers can actually tell you some of that stuff.
Yeah, I was kind of. We was talking backstage one time, and we was like, they need to have like all of the Nike designers, some of the past and the present and the future. They need to do some type of podcast or like a video just explaining some of these rumored either colorways, designs, yada yada yada. I had a conversation with Christian Trescher, and he did the Air Max 97s. And I was like, is that really based off of the Silver Bullet, train? He was like, nah. So I said, well, where do the waves come from? He was like, and when you have a drop of water come down into a pool of water and you see the waves, and they said that's where it came from. It's just simple stuff like that, man, that you just would never realize was going on in these designers' heads, man. That you just never think about.
I love it because they look at the world so different than me, and thank God, because I mean, I'm an inside the box sort of a person, so it to me it's incredible to hear these stories and how people view the world and how they put that in design. And some of these are like, what was Coop saying that he was doing before he was going to be a designer of what, and then he got into shoes?
Oh, toothbrushes and other stuff. Pretty much
things like
product
that.
Marketing. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look this up. I'm out over my skis now, but I think Bruce Kilgore, who designed the Air Force One, I think he was into like appliances before he got to Nike, like washers and dryers and things like that.
It's amazing, man. Like I said, I feel like they should have some type of platform where they can talk about these these modern myths of different designs and stuff like that, colorways and who designed what, because it might be a lot of other designers out there that we don't know about that are doing dope things. When the last time you seen Eric Avar? I know he's a private type guy. When was the last time you ever seen him on a platform discussing a shoe? That man is a private guy, and then you got some of these new designers out, this new, right now. And we're not just talking about just Nike. We're just talking about sneaker brands across the board. It's a lot of things I feel like a lot of people should, actually have a platform to come on and just speak their piece about stuff.
I agree. I am often wonder how much the brand keeps that tight-lipped. Like
They
we can
do.
hear
They do.
stories now from from people who are not with them with the brand anymore. And I think the stuff that they can tell, the stories that they can tell, is so scripted and
Mhm.
it's ran past the PR team. We can say this, we can't say this. We want it to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love the conversations when the person's had a couple beers or a cocktail and they can actually tell you,
Yeah.
They get loose.
yeah. Some of the stories I heard about that Nike Vandal were like that. It was like totally off the cuff. Didn't realize it was like some of the history behind it. And it's like, man, nobody knows this story. And maybe they shouldn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some stories are better left not being in the open. But it was interesting to hear. And I can't imagine how many stores are like that. And I'll tell you this. So how we kind of gave some feedback of some things that we could have, things you could do different. One of the pieces feedback that I gave is I would love to see. So we heard stories from the designer's viewpoint.
Mhm.
That first year that I did that photo shoot with Bruce Kilgore, there were some folks that were on the business side. And I think Coop actually mentioned him last week. The Sam, I think his name was Seagull or something like that. I don't know how much he gets out there, but I was with some guys that would basically travel with him, and they would have awesome stories about, meeting with the Foot Locker executives and saying, hey, we're going to buy this shoe or we're not, or traveling around with the Be True to Your School, the full outfits, and having to sell it to the coaches, and why Georgetown rejected it and why the other schools didn't, and what he had to do to get certain universities to sign up for it and get their players to wear it. Like those stories were just as fascinating because it's the history of how it came to market, right?
Right.
Right.
So I'm guessing that's the reason why Georgetown went with the Terminator and as opposed to the Dunk.
Well, you know what? So this is me telling two completely opposite ends of a story, but they actually kind of line up. So if I remember correctly, Ken Black, he has his podcast where he talks about the design. And I listened to the one where he was talking about the Kente print that Georgetown had, that amazing pattern that they had on the side of their shorts, right?
Jerseys.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I believe he said that when he met with John Thompson, he basically stated, hey, you need to understand the roots of our program and the soul and who we are. And a lot of it traced back to that. Well, I think on the sneaker side, they tried to sell Georgetown too. And he's like, who's doing it? Oh, Syracuse, Kentucky, like all these other schools. Like, no, we're Georgetown. We're not doing that. We want our own thing. And then so they went with the Terminator.
That sounds about right.
So it's the same story a decade later where he's like, hey, we're not like everybody else. We want our own thing. We are who we are. We're proud of who we are. And just
individuality. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Man, I love these stories you bring up, man. I love these stories.
Yeah. And they're not my stories. This is me, a fly on a wall listening.
Well, it's I'm not saying like your stories, but just the fact that you're bringing this to light because
sure.
You see what I'm saying? It's like some people won't bring it to light.
Yeah, and I also don't know what the rules are. Like, somebody tells you that you should make it public or not. So that's why I'm not getting too specific on some of these. But yeah,
it's all good, man. We here to hear what we can hear.
Yes,
definitely.
Oh,
shout out to the Designasty podcast as well, man. Shout
exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, y'all got any other questions for Ryan?
I think I pretty much
because he
got what I wanted to know out the way.
He didn't came to him.
He done showed out.
It was a tough follow because you guys have had some bangers.
I
think everybody has done their own thing, man. Each show has been, unique in its own way, and this one right here is
no different.
Right up there with them. Yeah, man.
Well, I'm happy to contribute, man. This is it's been a lot of fun. I think we all know that I will say in this hobby, there is a ton. We talked about it at the beginning. Ton of flexing, ton of ego, a ton of posturing, and man, the people that I've connected with the most, they have some of the most insane collections, but they are just a regular person like anybody else. They check their ego at the door. They're nice people. Dude, I love when good things happen to people that deserve it. And I mean, I probably need some more of Coop's attitude in me, like, you know, his compassion that he has, his wanting to connect different people. I've been inspired by that to try to do a little bit more of that on my side. But man, it's just a great group of folks that we've been able to connect with, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Absolutely,
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
you know, I think in this game, and I don't know if I want to say culture, because I've seen a different side of the culture the last couple of months. You know, you got one side where it's like, my collection is better than yours, and I got these and you ain't got these, and it's all about, you know, for the most part, social media is about bragging. It's about like I got this and you ain't got it. Let me show this off. But you know, lately it's been just people coming together and just breaking bread and communicating. And like you said, it's no egos in it. Everybody's getting along. It's really just showcasing versus showing off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you seeing the positive side of it.
Yeah.
And I've seen people that deserve their shine get the validation. Not that you need external validation, but like we were just talking about Brian. So after he went up with us, he did another trip back there with I think he was with the Jordan people, and then he was at the Infinite Archive 17 release where he was with all those guys and Gentry Humphrey, and it's like
right where he belongs.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We went to that burger restaurant that was across the street from our hotel. That little, whatever that was. That little
Burgerville or
place.
something like that.
Yeah. This lady came in. She was like 80 or 90, and Brian has never told this story. He didn't ask me to tell it. This literally just popped in my head. This lady, she hunched over. She could barely walk, and she basically handed him a 20 and was like, "Could you tell one of the workers to come over? I can't walk over there. Can you have somebody come up for me?" And he's like, "I'll just tell me what you want. I'll just have him get it." And so she just wanted, you know, a burger or chicken sandwich or whatever. He goes up, gets it, gives her back the 20, and they bring it back to her. And this is a lady who just came in, somebody's grandma off the street. He's not that one action. I don't know him that well, but it was, I saw his true colors there. He's a good dude. And I am stoked to see him getting to do projects for the shoes that he has been passionate about. Like, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
The biggest advocate by far by social media has, and the best one as well. So he definitely deserves it all. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's one example. I love seeing stuff like that happen to those people that deserve it. And I feel like there's some momentum going that way. And you know what? Maybe some of it is that the quick buy and flip is kind of out the window now. And so it only leaves the people that are pure. I don't know. That's the total guess. I have no idea. But I do feel that, annoying as it is, that, you know, a lot of this is just strictly a buy and flip sort of a deal.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that is going away, and there's more special things that are happening to some of those people.
Yes.
I absolutely agree with you, man.
I agree with that.
I look at it like this, you know, the things, and I'm not going to sit here and say like what we took from it, but what opportunities came our way, you know, once we left the gathering. It's like a whole nother brotherhood. We got a lot of friendships out of it. We got a lot of connections out of it. And for the most part, I think that's what this whole space is about. It's about learning each other and growing with each other. I think what Coop is doing is a great thing. Like you said, he's a selfless guy that wants everybody to win, basically. He wants to see everybody happy. He don't want to see no negativity.
Right,
Just
right.
very positive minded guy. And in this space, this community, this culture, whatever you want to call it, this is what we need. Something like this to come together. I don't think it needs to get, it's just my opinion, I don't think it needs to get any bigger, but I think it just needs to be to the point where the right set of people come at the right time.
Right.
Because the time that just this first time we went, man, I was like, I don't think it can get any better than the people that we have in this room. Not disregarding other people that felt like they deserved to be there, but it's just how I felt at that time and how I feel now about it. It's still the same. I wouldn't change that trip or the people that was there. I wouldn't change that for nothing, because I gained so much respect and admiration from all the people that was there on that trip, and the ones that actually do that, that sponsored that trip or put the trip on. I would say that put the gathering on.
Yeah.
You have to give those guys their flowers, because they did a lot of groundwork that we didn't see, to the point where it made it so much enjoyable to us, even though we had so many things we had to do, itinerary. It was like go, 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 go. Get you about a couple hours of sleep, you back at it again.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the point where we didn't have no downtime at all.
Mm-hmm.
When I got home, I was like, what the hell just happened? That's the feeling that I got. Like, what the hell just happened? This shit just went by so fast. It was crazy. And I commend all 6 of those guys and whoever else was involved. I commend all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Big ups.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Black shared a room, and I think every night that we got back to the room, we just sat up for like a couple of hours and just just reflecting on what we
want to
just
go to sleep
and what just happened.
I didn't want to go to sleep.
especially the night that Tinker came through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know what time we went. We finally fell asleep, but that night there was just like, you can't even describe it. You know what I mean?
You can't, man. You can't
even describe it.
I've often wondered if so I tried to ask this last week in the chat, but when you type something, it's like you don't really get your intent across. I asked Coop if he knew that people like us existed, and he said, yeah, and Nike Talk, they would get feedback on that. Sometimes that would be the worst day of their job because they'd get crushed for something. But like, I often wonder, does Tinker Hatfield, is there any way that he could understand the gravity of his work on people like us? Like, I'm sure somebody's told him, but like, it's changed our lives. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because like when we were talking to Coop after the show, I mentioned that to him, like you don't know how much your designs meant to us. It's a part of our core childhood memories with Barclays and Pippins, and like the look on his face was like, wow. And I don't know if a lot of these designers know that, like, your shoes not only, yes, you design great footwear classics, but they're core parts of our childhood memories that we never forgot about. We can remember where we saw the shoe, where we saw it in school, who had it on, when we saw it on TV. It's like you play such a significant role in our childhood memories that we can't even explain.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's hard to really put that into words, like how serious you are about that or the gravity of it. But I don't know if they know. Like, I know, like, they could say, oh yeah, we generated this much revenue off this. I mean, from a business aspect, you could easily calculate that, but it's like, no, you don't have a clue how deep
impact
this is in a lot of people's lives. Yeah.
Yeah, the dollar amount.
And I hope they do. the previous year that I went, we kind of bumped into Wilson casually on campus, and I think he came one of the nights just like, oh, I'll come check this out. And I'm not sure what his impression was, but I think that he was obviously had a positive enough experience to want to hang out with us again this year.
Mhm.
But that was another one of those things where it's like, I think he saw like, oh, these really are important to these people.
Yeah, I think him probably hanging out with us was him showing his appreciation for people showing their appreciation for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like getting Tinker to sign this magazine and those shoes to me is almost up there with Jordan signing them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just my opinion. Because it and I'm getting chills thinking about it now.
Man.
Like when he signed this magazine, he signed the magazine. He signed my shoes first, and then I doubled back and got my magazine signed with him and Jordan on the front. So
Mm-hmm.
he signed the magazine and he sat there and looked at it for a second, and he put a dot right there below his signature. And he did a little circle. And I'm like, what is he doing? And next thing you know, he just drew an arm going down, and he drew a little silhouette. He drew a jump man on that. He drew a jump man on there. And I was like, speechless. You know what I mean? Because I didn't see him do that the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just for him to add that little jump man on there up under his signature, that was like the end all be all. I told Black, I said I could take a flight home right now. I said I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you get me to the airport? Yeah.
Yes, for real. I got precious cargo here. Precious
I could
cargo.
go home. I could go to the room and pack up and head out. And I'm pretty sure, man, that a lot of people told him about how he influenced their childhood. You know what I mean? And all the stuff that he's done for them, the designs, the shoes, you know, everything. But it was just
When I met Scott, man, we were up there at the top of the thing, man, and I walked in and he pulled me to the side. He's like, man, you don't see 15s hardly. Another Tinker Gym, man, that kind of goes.
No, well, I mean, those 15s were not.
I mean, of course,
15.
They
but
yeah,
any 15.
they are just shoes to me. You know what I mean? I wear them.
Yeah. Would you toss one drunkenly across the hotel room?
Yeah, because it's not worth what you toss. But yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. But man, it's just genius work, man. That all of his great mastery of, you know, the stuff that we do know down to the stuff that you really don't know that he did. That's just as good, in my opinion. Just as good.
Yeah. Legend.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably the only word we can say about him is just straight legend.
Yeah.
To describe that, man. Like I said, you know, the pair that he signed for me, man. I told him I've been waiting 35 years for this shit. Favorite shoe ever. And he looked at it and he had like a 10-12 minute conversation with me about that sneaker, something like that.
What was it? Pressure?
That's my all-time favorite shoe, man.
Nice. Hey, can I show you real quick what I almost had him sign? I should have doubled back, Hop.
Sure,
why not?
So I had him sign that baby pair because I kind of had the so it'd be a 4, 5, 6. I had these in my suitcase, but I didn't have them out. I want to show you real quick what it was.
You want to go ahead and pull that list up, Hopper?
I think we're good, bro. We almost at the
sure?
Yeah.
I ain't look. Damn.
Sorry, fellas, if it was long-winded.
No.
Great
You're
conversation,
good,
man. Great conversation, man.
Absolutely not, man.
Great conversation.
So this is I had this in the luggage, and I almost had him sign this one.
Oh man,
is that a Hirachi?
Is that a Hirachi? Wow.
Sheet.
Oh,
green greens.
Wow.
Ooh.
That would have been one to have him sign.
I don't ever think I've taken the left one out. Look at how flat these are.
Oh yeah, them things smashed.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Man, you need to put them things to the pavement.
Beautiful, man. They're still good to go. They're still good
So
to
you
go.
had brought them to
Yeah.
the gathering just in case?
I brought them. Yeah, I did. Man, I had a bunch of stuff that I wasn't. We got into that building, and I realized pretty quickly that space was
was
at a
limited.
premium.
It's just
Yeah,
limited.
it was limited. You ain't lying.
Yeah, so I left those in. I never took them out, but hey, I guess I could have had them sign these.
What is that?
Oh,
I think it's
Wind
called
Runners?
the Tot, but it's basically the Air Max 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think they're called the Little Tots, but yeah.
Little tots.
That's so cute.
That's insane. That's insane.
Man.
he said that's so cute.
That is crazy, man.
But like he said, man, that whole Thursday night at the Arts Academy, there they go.
Mm.
He just pulling out random baby shoes,
that
man.
is-
So I have my little
wild,
tote
man.
here that
Hey, you might as well
I have my
keep
little
pulling
baby
it in,
tote
man.
here.
That's wild, man.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I thought you had some more.
What would you say is the rarest baby shoe that you have?
Oh man, that's true. That's tough. Those Jordan ones that look like fragments, the white, blue, and black ones.
Mm.
Those are really tough. But just because they are Jordans, you can find them. I think some of the rare ones are some of the obscure models that kind of they were probably super easy to find in the 90s, and now just because they weren't ever popular, you can't find them now. Like I have a lot of like trainers that are kind of like this, like the Diamond Furies and things like that.
Oh, man,
Wow.
94 right there.
Baby Diamond Furies.
Let's see if I can. Like these are kind of tough to find.
Yes.
But here's the deal: if you found them, it's not like somebody would pay $1,000 for them. It's like you can't find them, but once you finally find them, for $30 you can get them. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
right.
some mom found them in their basement and
Mhm.
they're like clearing out. Up tempo 2.
That's the
Oh,
favorite color. That's my favorite color.
Oh,
Favorite color. That's that Dookie.
Remember the Air Mission?
Air
Yeah.
Mission,
No.
yeah.
Wow.
is fucking
And
insane.
I'm gonna stop. I got a whole
Oh, you
Bunch
a
of-
few more. We got a few more minutes.
oh
Let's go a
my
few more.
You
god.
said,
You got
no,
some
I'm
trainer
gonna stop.
Hirachis? You got some baby trainer Hirachis?
I don't have the trainer Hirachis, but I do have something I can show you. I gotta find these.
Man, this
So
is
I-
Just show
I'm on
Hit
the
the
other-
like
man.
button.
You ain't lying.
Hit that like button.
Ooh,
You know, I love that box.
that box is, man.
oh my.
Oh,
Hey man, what size are those, bro?
This is a 9.5.
Oh man, I would love to have that shoe. If you ever decide to get rid of that shoe, let me know.
It looks like this is between March and May of '92.
Jeez.
That is
Look
amazing,
at that
bro.
shape, bro.
Just
Look at that suede, bro.
I'm not the biggest fan of that color, but just the fact that
Nah,
you have
bro.
that shoe and that
That color
that
is it.
condition. Wow.
Scott, if you ever
Yo.
want to bless anybody with those, man, I'm your man. Let me know.
Shutting it down. Shutting it
You
down.
got it.
And look,
You got.
Me
people
know.
always say that that's not
Gosh,
an
that
OG
is the-
colorway. That is an OG colorway.
Scott,
he's
I bought
heard it, man. 1992.
Scott. You saw me with those with the retros on at the gathering. I
Yeah.
don't know if you paid attention, but I ended up buying 3 pairs of those retros. So yeah, if you ever decide to come up, they would be
I'm putting
just
my
for
bid
display
in right
purposes.
now.
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
Like once a year, I do have to do some thinning of the herd, mostly just for space. And I'm running out of it now. But I mean, admittedly, that one's going to be a tricky one to sell because that's like that.
You ain't wrong.
AKA, it's not going anywhere.
Look,
At
I'm just
all.
It's
I'm
gonna be
just-
here for a while.
I
Yeah.
am just
Look,
putting
he-
it
no,
in the
And that's
atmosphere.
dead stop.
Truth be told,
Yeah,
I probably that one probably I won't get rid of for a while, but I definitely am one to like if something belongs to somebody, like I don't, and that, I know that sounds so stupid, but like I had a pair of the Jordan 10 prototypes that had a Jordan 9 midsole and sole on them,
Mhm.
and Bajan, Dr.
Yeah,
Swoosh.
Dr. Cruz. He
Yeah.
showed him on the
He-
show. He shouted you out. He shouted you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I missed that part. I just knew that like I loved him, but I didn't love him like he would, and so like
He
they
said you
belong to
told him. He said you told him. I think you need to have these or something to that effect.
Yeah, and he's done the same thing. Like he's got a pair of McFetridge Vandals that he's trying to get me up. I'm like, dude, I got a kid coming. I don't have the disposable funds like you do nowadays. So yeah, no, but I back to my point. I do believe in, and especially if you cultivated a relationship with somebody. You guys may have seen on the chat. I had those Force 180s pumps.
Hey, can you show those real quick?
I can, but I took them out of the box and they're like breaking down. So I'm
Well,
gonna
you
be
can just
very
open the
delicate
lid
here.
and Just
When-
open the lid and show them in the box. You ain't got to take them out.
When you showed him, I actually called Black because I know Black is a fan of that shoe, and I told
Very.
him I was like, it would be for just display purposes only because it's size 7, I believe, right?
It's small. I can't remember what it is. It's tough for me to see in the tongue without like digging in there, and I want to be very delicate.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there it is, Black.
Ooh,
Wow.
Mm.
wow.
Crazy. Has anybody reached out to you for him?
Just casually, nothing.
Nothing serious.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
If they was my size.
Do you only collect your size, or would you want something like that just for?
Me, when I do stuff like that, I like to get my size, but we'll talk backstage.
Yeah.
We'll talk. But I normally like to get my size because as we were talking, I was looking at some stuff online and I'm kind of intrigued by trying to get some of this stuff off this site. So yeah, I might need your expertise on that.
Sure.
Hell yeah. I'm blown
Man,
away, man.
Great show, man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
am
man,
blown away, bro.
we at the
Blown away.
2-hour mark, man. Is it? You got anything else you want to show? Anything you
Great show, man.
Anything you want to ask us? Sometimes people like to interview us.
Not questions, more just an appreciation. I just want to reiterate that. Well, first off, we could do, like Coop said, we could do this all night if we wanted to. So
Right.
maybe that's a sign to wrap it up. I want to double down on. I've been inspired, and I feel a positive movement. For examples that we talked about earlier and others, and I'm just wanting to ride that wave because I think we've had good times, we have had bad times, we've had times where the commerce side of it has wrecked the culture, and I feel like that in the right niche there is a positive wave, and I just want to reiterate that I'm all in on that. I'm excited to keep riding that, and I'm here to support that in any way that I can.
we are here.
Absolutely.
We are too, bro.
Absolutely.
It's like we told
Absolutely.
Coop, man. Anything he needs from us, let us know, man. Because he's blessed us with an opportunity. Without the gathering, man, we wouldn't have had the guests that we've had on here the last month.
Mhm.
And just grateful that people don't mind coming on and hanging out with us and showing us their gems and their collection, man. And honestly, man, I'm just kind of in awe of the stuff that I've seen, the stuff that I've witnessed, the people that I've met. Like I said, no egos. People want to come on and just chop it up with us. It's truly a blessing, man. And I'm
It
grateful.
is, man.
I'm grateful.
It's a line of folks too, man. Like, and we're glad, we want to get everybody's perspective on certain things that they have in their arsenal. Some might be different than others, but I think, for the most part, it needs to be out there to show to the masses, because some people might not know. Some people in the chat might not even know who you are, but they know who you are now. You get what I'm saying? So the more that we spread this positivity in this community, man, I think the better off we'll be in the long run. I always say this too, man. Output is the best input.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have none of that, man, how can you gain, or how can you receive, or how can you give? If you don't do either one of those. So
Yeah,
I think
and
relationship with sneakers goes a long way if they're built the right way. If they're fostered the right way, if they're built the right way, of positivity and being genuine and authentic, it goes a long way. So
absolutely.
And one thing that I left with last year, and I'll put it out there in the atmosphere this year, to this group that you have, to your guests that you're interacting with, to the folks that you met in Portland, anybody that you talk to, I would say that at least I'm doing this. I'm taking this as a personal challenge. Now that you have seen the inside of that, or you're interacting with these people, or you feel this momentum, or however you want to describe it, this positive thing that you're on, like, I almost view it as a responsibility for me to get more involved in the space, because I do feel like that it was hijacked by resellers, and I don't want to go down the whole argument of, oh, is reselling good or bad or whatever. This isn't the time or place for that. But I do think that social media has the I'll put it to you this way. There was a time, and I promise I'll make this story very, very quick.
Are you good?
I'm also
good, man.
I'm a big Star Wars nerd, and there was a particular episode of a show that came out, and afterwards I was like blown away. So I went to YouTube and I looked, and I found like all these reactions of people like watching it, these Star Wars nerds doing it, and it was awesome. And I went back like a week later to try to find it again, and what I found was I couldn't find it, because the people that are only after the algorithm had found that those videos were performing well. And so that now you have all these unauthentic reactions of people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it really made me understand, like, oh, these people that we're giving all this credit to in the sneaker world that are gaining these followers, like, if comic books was the wave, they'd be into that. If it was baseball cards or basketball cards, they would be into that. Sneakers is what gets them the clicks they want. And and so it's like, that's where I go back to now. I feel it's almost my responsibility to stand out of like, no, we're not going to let those people be the influencers that they are. And I also don't say that to say that anybody that has a following is like that. There were people that are with us that have a huge following, and they were very genuine. So it's not about followers. I think it's about if you're pure, and I think that comes through very easily. So I don't know. That was kind of a long rant, but that goes back to I feel a responsibility to take the game back, if that makes sense. Not that a kid from Kansas deserves any part of the game, but I do think authentic opinion should be out there, because people that do it just for clicks, it's very easy to see through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it gets watered down. It definitely gets watered down, and you see more passion. You can tell when somebody's passionate about a certain thing, because of the knowledge that they talk about that said thing. It's not just what they can read on Google. Most of the time, the stuff, I'll just use me for an example. Most of the time, the stuff that I talk about or see or hear, it's because I've lived it, right? Not because I'm saying, oh, let me go on Google. So it says, no, I know exactly where I was when the said product came out. I know exactly how I felt at that time and moment when that came out. And I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel can say that, and the people in the chat can say the same thing. If you're passionate about something, you're gonna know exactly where you was when that shoe came out originally. Right. We're not talking about a 2000s retro or anything like that, or 2010s retro. Where you were when that said shoe came out, where you were when that said baseball card came out, whatever you're passionate about. That's how
it's hard to contain your emotion, right?
Exactly. You can, like I said, you can tell.
come out.
And I also don't want to exclude anybody who, like, if somebody's young, they weren't born yet, so you shouldn't hold them at fault for it. But there's a
No.
difference between I wasn't there and I'm approaching it the right way. I'm trying to gain knowledge. I'm trying to respect the right people I should respect. That's different than just somebody who's coming in. I don't really care about sneakers, but it gives me my paycheck, so I may as well ride it until the wheels fall off.
Maybe that's the direction that I'm porting my rent.
No, I think
the
we're on the same
monetary
page.
value. Yeah, the monetary value that they're trying to gain off of. You know, we don't do that for, you know, we see a sneaker, we buy it because we know exactly what it was. We wanted that shoe at the time, we couldn't get it. Now when it came out, I'm going back and double back and get that shoe. It's not, oh, I'm gonna buy 5 pairs and then sell them. No, we're not in it for monetary value. And I think that's where the game has definitely got, you know, fucked up at. Like you reiterated earlier part of the show. Resellers, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's me, but maybe to me, resellers are a part of the problem. That's just me saying this. I'm not saying this to nobody else on this panel. It's me saying this. I think resellers are part of the problem. And once that PPP money came into play in COVID, a lot of that stuff just really got out of hand, in my opinion. Like I said, I can only speak for me.
Up now. You don't have the discretionary income. Now you have to put your purpose with your purchase.
Now you got to put, you got to put it in there with it, and a lot of that's what's getting it back to where it should have been. Not things selling out, especially like we'll just say the Jordan 5 Black Tongues. 5 years ago, that shoe would have been gone off the shelf the same day. The grapes from earlier this year, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they see is no money value behind it, they leaving them shits on the shelf, and it's making it even better for people like us. If we want to double back and get that shoe, we ain't got to rush out and grab it just because said person is going to get X amount of pairs just to turn around and flip them.
Right.
For $22 extra.
That's just to pay fees. Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's the part of the game that's kind of messed up, and it messes up for the people that really want that said sneaker. You want to, instead of give it to the person that really wants it, you want to take that shoe, put it on these aftermarket third-party sellers or resale shops, and next thing you know, they charging you 100, 150, sometimes 200 more than what it was costing. That's to me where the game is messed up at. No passion, is just all about the mighty dollar. That's just my opinion on that, man.
God, you say you a Star Wars fan? Oh, you old school or new school Star Wars?
Mostly old school. My son is big into the new stuff, so I've kind of with him. That's kind of one of our hobbies and he's also a big Lego guy, so
you ever seen that?
He'll do that. No, I don't know what that is.
It's a record.
I know what that is. I don't know what it is.
It's
Damn.
the story this is from my childhood right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's like
Did Mike send that to you?
No, I bought this when I was a kid.
I know. I'm teasing you.
But
Mike got all the records, don't he?
It's another
Man.
Another record, you know, it's like a almost like a read along record.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's got like a book in here, Return of the Jedi book. You know, it's got Luke on there. I also have like these right here, like the little small 45s. Read along.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so dope.
Yeah, with the still got the record in there.
Okay.
And then same thing with the Empire Strikes Back.
That's sweet.
Yeah. These are like super old.
Do you have a lot of stuff like that or just Star Wars?
Just Star Wars. I was a Star Wars guy too. You know what I mean? So had a lot of toys, you know. That was my thing. just Star Wars myself. So when you said that,
Yeah.
I thought about those records. I was like, yeah, I got to show him those, see what he thinks.
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
no, that's sweet. My son is real into it, and he's a big Lego guy, and so we actually bond over that. Like he'll tell me stuff. Like he understands the plot way more than I did, and I
Yeah.
thought I was pretty deep into it, and he blows me out of the water.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that's just a few things from my childhood that I still have, and I was like, I've always thought this was cool, you know, with the picture record. You know, you don't see that too
Mhm.
often. You know.
Oh sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so thought you might like that. So I said, let me show those real quick.
No, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, man. So now like I said, we appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, we thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. Appreciate the conversation. This was good stuff.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming on, man, and the love you showed us in
Wild.
Portland. You know, the love everybody showed us, man. It's really just been like I said, it's truly been a blessing, man. I'm just grateful. Words can't express it. Words can't express it.
Well, I'm happy to somehow be in that journey, and happy to call you all friends at this point.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks, man. Same here, man. Same here.
Definitely. You go to any Chief game out there?
Last one I went to was the Lions game, and I will not be attending any more this season due to some family stuff that we talked about earlier. So
Gotcha.
I used to have season tickets, but I mean, once I had kids, it's like I can't make that happen every weekend now.
I got you. Well, yeah. Like I said, thank you again, man. Y'all have any more questions for Scott?
No, just to
No,
appreciate
really.
you for him taking the time, man.
Love the
Yeah.
conversation, Scott. Love the conversation.
Much appreciated, man.
Appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
And the
Yeah,
story.
don't go nowhere. We're gonna close the show out and top it up real quick backstage. So yeah, just
Okay.
hang out for a hot second, man. I really ain't got nothing else, man. This been
Yeah, we
another
going,
banger,
man.
man. You know, four in a row. Thank you to everybody that's helped us to make the show what it is, and appreciate everybody in the chat for
Yes, sir.
coming through. And I'm just once again blown away, man. I'm hop 18. I'm done. I'm good. Let everybody know where they can find you at, Scott.
Yeah, Instagram is where I'm most active. Scott Renus is my name on there. If you find me on Twitter, I'm usually just reposting like Chiefs highlights and Kansas basketball. So less sneaker focus. It's more just what's on my feed. So yeah, Instagram is where I'm most active.
Okay. Yeah, check him out, Scott Renus. Good fella, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Good fella.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Those
man.
man.
Brought the house down. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We out of here,
well.
fellas.
I'm Black.
I'm Caddy.
V, peace.
We out. We're Retro Talk Forum. I'm Hot Dog 18. You can find me on IG, and I'm gonna pass it over to my brother. This way.
What's good, people? It's your boy Black Ass African, aka BAA.